Hey, what's all the...
My name's Gelder. What is good, people? So in today's video I'm going to break down the editing techniques I use in the Walkers advert, as you've seen at the start. So first of all, you want to make a bin folder of all your clips. Second of all, what you want to do is you want to make a folder of your background. And then throughout the process, I'm going to be doing some screenshots just to key out certain things. So I want to make another bin and call this one screenshots. Once all this is done, you're going to go on the clips and then just drag in the first clip that you need. So once you drag the clip in, what you want to do is, first of all, speed up the clip to how long you actually want it to be. So for me, I want it to be around 350 speed. Just because I don't want it too long, I want it to be around 2 to 3 seconds long. There you go, that's perfect. So now what we want to do is, when I get rid of the green screen, just go on keying, go on ultra key. What you're going to do here is just click on the green screen, change the settings from default to aggressive, play it back and see if it needs any tweaking. Zoom it in if you're not too sure on what else needs tweaking. As you can see, there's a little bit of bubbles here that I want to get rid of. Easy way to do that is just mess around with the settings. So mess around with the transparency, highlights. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to bring up the softening a little bit and the chalk up a little bit to around 20, and I'm happy with that. So now what you want to do is you want to key out the stick and the hand. All you want is the potato. In order to do this, yep, you've got to do it frame by frame, and there's a lot of frames, but the auto track seems to do a pretty good job at this. So get to a point where the full potato is in shot, as you can see. Go on the opacity, go on the pen tool, and just key out the potato. Now when you're doing this, all you need to do is just key out the stick. Rest of it you can just make a big circle around it, because there's nothing else that's going to be in the frame. So when you do get to the stick point, I do suggest you zoom in and just make sure you're getting the most accurate key you can get. And there you have it. Now you have that. So what you want to do now on the opacity tool is you want to click on the mask, and then you want to click on the mask path. Make sure you toggle the animation. And what you want to do is you just want to track it. It might not do the perfect job, but it's going to do a decent job, so you don't have to mess about doing frame by frame. All you have to do is tweak a little bit of things. Now, if the tracker doesn't work for some reason like mine didn't, you're just going to have to do it manually. And it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. All you got to do is just go frame by frame. Make sure you're moving the key in. You don't even have to adjust the keys or where they are. All you got to do is just continuously move it with the object, and then that'll do the job. So once you've got all the keying done, what you want to do then is you want to continue doing the same process with each other subject. So the cheese and any of objects that you have in the frame. Now the next shot is a clip of the crisp packet coming up, gobbling up all the ingredients, moving about, and then it's going to go out of the shot, come back in, spin around, and then the crisp is going to fly out. So first of all, you just need to get your clip of the crisp packet coming up into the shot. Now an easier way to actually do this is just get a screenshot of a still that you think is going to fit appropriate. This just makes it easier for keying and all these other things. Now I quite like this shot just for this example. I'm not going to go all the in depth. I'm just going to show you how I did the editing process. So when you've got your screenshot, you want to open the screenshot bin, go into your pictures, go on camera roll, and then it's just going to be there. And then when it's a screenshot, it's actually better, because all you have to do now is First of all, key out the hand, so you're going to key around the actual crisp packet. Once you've keyed out the crisp packet, toggle it off to make sure that it looks fine. To me, that looks good. Go in the effects tab, go in ultra key again. Make sure you key out the green screen. Put it onto aggressive just because it does a better job and it doesn't really get rid of much. As you can see, if I click on relax, you've got the black. You've got the tolerance kind of kicking in a bit too much. You want the aggressiveness to kind of take over that. Again, adjust it if you need to, in terms of the highlights, the shadows, and anything else that you want to get rid of. Bring the tolerance up. Usually bring this up to 100 just because it makes everything look smoother. Again, go on matte cleanup and bring up the softening. You can bring up the choke as well if you wish to. Now here, we've basically got our crisp packet. We don't really have to do much with this. All we have to do is just move the positioning. So first of all, I'm going to bring it down, toggle it by 10 frames, and click on the reset button. And that's just going to put it back into its normal positioning. Now I also did a little scale up as well when doing this, just because it fits all of the ingredients in later on when you key them all out. And it just fills the screen a little bit more. So now we have this animation. Now what I wanted to do with this, I wanted to make sure the crisp packet looked like it was eating them up. So what I did was I just clicked on the rotation, make sure you've keyed it. Toggle it 5 frames, bring it to around 4 degrees. Again, same again, and make it minus 4 degrees. Toggle it forward again, back to 4 degrees. And this just creates the bag movement so it looks like it's chewing up the ingredients. Don't want it too long, you just want it short and sweet. Look back on that, it looks fairly decent. If you want it to move a bit faster, all you got to do is just mess around with the keys so they're a bit more faster. To me, to my liking, that was way too slow. I want it to be a fast, quick effect, nothing too major, just to show that it's actually eating the ingredients. And what else I did from here with the crisp packet, I went on video effects, distort, and I went on turbulence displace. Now this is just going to sell the effect of the crisp packet moving, so it looks like the objects are actually in the crisp packet. Ideally, this potato clip, as you can see behind, will eventually move behind the clip. Now, I'm just showing you the process of how I keyed out everything and the effects I did to certain things. I'm not going to show you the full process of how I actually create it all into one. I'm just showing you what you need to do in order to create a video at a similar standard. So once you've got your turbulence displaced in there, you want to scroll down and just mess around with the animation. So with the amount, you want to toggle that. With the size, you want to toggle that. And the offset turbulence, you want to toggle that as well. You also want to mess with the evolution, so make sure you key that as well. Move it around by a few frames. Now for me, actually, the way it starts is a bit too much. I'm going to bring down the amount and I'm going to bring down the size. And what I'm going to do is just bring it up by 5 frames and just move the amount, the size, offset, and then the evolution. Same again. Move it a little bit more, just toggle it. Nothing crazy. You can toggle it back and forth if you wish to. And that just creates a little warp effect like stuff I'm moving around in the crisp packet. This is when it zooms in and spins and a crisp comes flying out. So, in order to do this, delete all the effects you've already done. Keep the key in. Keep the opacity key. You don't want to get rid of that. You don't want to get rid of ultra key either. All you want to get rid of is all the animations and the turbulence display. Now, toggle it back to its original positions. So bring the position in the scale back to the original position. Go on your clips, and then you're going to drag the actual clip from where you screenshot of the crisp packet circling around like this. Again, what you want to do is just key everything out again. So go in your pen tool, key out around the bag. Make sure you're getting rid of the stick. Key the mask path. Just make sure you're doing a great job of it. Make sure you're zooming in, making sure it's accurate. Now once you've keyed all that out, again, go on Ultra Key and make sure you're keying out the background. Bring it onto Aggressive again. Clean it up. Look back on it to see if you've made any mistakes. As you can see, I have. And then cut out any parts that's not needed, such as this part. Play it back. And there you have it, the crisp packet spinning. Now I want to speed this up a little bit just because for me it moves a bit slow, so I'll bring it to 150. And that's just going to make it look a bit more realistic, like it's going really fast. You're all probably wondering, how do I get rid of this little stick and sellotape? Well, that's pretty simple. All you're going to do is screenshot it. Screenshot all the parts that you can see it in. So for me, it might be 4 to 5 frames. 3. So basically, what you're going to do from here is open up Photoshop. So all you got to do is go on Photoshop, bring your photo in. You're going to go on to the lasso tool, circle around the part that you do not need. As you can see, I've already done this. You're going to click on Shift and F5, which brings this part up. And it's going to bring this up, and you're going to keep it as content awareness. Blend mode, normal, click OK, and it gets rid of everything you need. Now, because it's only 3 frames, people are not going to notice a little slip up, so it doesn't have to be completely clean. But it gets rid of the sticker and the stick, which is very noticeable. So all you have to do then is just save the photo and then import it into the editing suite. Once you've got your photo exported, all you're going to do is just bring it into the editing suite and drag it over the first frame or the frames that you've done the effect on to get rid of the content awareness. And that's the job done, as you can see. Now I'm not going to do it for all 3. This is just showing you the editing process, as I've mentioned, showing you the techniques that I did to get rid of certain things, and yeah, let you kind of go from it from there. So now we've got that sorted, what we need to do is drag this clip down, bring this here, go back into the clips, and then I'm going to drag clip of where this is constantly moving like that, speeding this up very fast, so maybe around 500. You don't want it to be too long, and this is going to create the spinning effect, which then is going to go into the next clip. Maybe 500 is too fast, so maybe bring it to 350. Now the aim is to have it match the next clip, which is this clip. Now what you're going to do is, again, key out parts that you need. Make sure you've keyed the mask path, and again, frame by frame, making sure you key out the stick that is not needed. Just make sure Everything else is still in shot. Now once you've keyed this part out, again, go on Ultra Key out the green screen, boom. Go on Aggressive, clean it up a little bit. As you can see, it's a bit all over the place. Now, once we've got the clips sorted, we just need to match them up in terms of where they sit. So just nest this clip together, bring it underneath, bring the opacity down on the last shot. So again, and then scale this top clip so it fits in the right positioning. Again, with the bottom clip, you want to bring it up a little bit. So with the top clip, make sure you click on scale and positioning, bring it to the front, bring it to beginning, and just kind of toggle back to the original position, or maybe a little bit less. And this is just going to create that zoom effect of it going into that clip. Bring the opacity back up of the top clip, play it through, and there you have it. That's the zoom into this clip. Now, in order to get the crisp flying out, what you want to do is go back onto your clips. So with this part, it's pretty simple. All you want to do is go into the clip of where the crisp is, where it's just a normal standard shot. Screenshot, go into your photos, get the clip, cut to where it's necessary, bring it underneath the clip. This just hides it, so it's like it's in a crisp packet. Make sure you key around the crisp very accurately, especially when you get to the bottom part. Again, Ultra Key, which is going to be your best friend during this whole process. Key that out. As you can see, it's kind of made a see-through effect on the crisp. In order to prevent this, all you're going to do is just mess around with this and bring up the shadows a bit. And mess with the tolerance and other tools that you can see. There we go, that's crisp done. Now, in order to make it look like it's flying out the crisp packet, you're going to go to start of the clip. Make sure you scale it down so it fits appropriate and looks realistic. Scale, click on the scale and positioning, make sure you key them both. And as it's just flying out, like let's just say here, we're going to have the crisp flying out of the packet. Now, looking back, obviously we need to adjust where the crisp is each frame. So we don't want it to really be invisible sight until we're making that animation of it coming out, which is this part. And then here, you're just gonna bring it to the end of the clip, zoom it up to around 100, position so it fits into the middle, click on rotation, go back to where it's just coming out, again, key that part, go back to the end, sorry for this confusion, bring the rotation to around 360 so it turns all the way around once, and this is just going to create that spinning crisp effect. As you can see, when I click off and it goes into just the clip of the crisp packet all of a sudden just vanishes. A way to sort this out is nest both of these clips together, the one before and then this one, and all you're going to do is just click on the positioning, and as it gets near to the end, it's going to bring it down so it comes out of shot. There you go, that's the crisp line out the packet effect. Now bearing in mind, you also want a background with this, and I just want to show you what it looks like with a background, just so you kind of get an idea of how it's going to look at the end. And it also helps you understand where you also need to work on your green screen. As you can see, there's some green splotches there, which I can obviously fix up when I'm finalizing it. And that's how it looks so far. Now, to sell the crisp effect a little bit better, let me just extend that, it's a bit too quick. You want to also what else you want to do is make sure the crisp looks realistic, because right now it's so sharp, and as it's coming out, flying out, it looks sharp as always. We're going to go on effects, go on the blur, go on directional blur, go in direction of where it's going to be blurry, so let's just say 45 to 50, 45 to around 60 works. Want it a little bit blurry from when it first comes out, so let's just toggle these two here. As you can see, it's coming out. You want to change the positioning as it's moving, so maybe toggle it by 4 to 5 frames. Same again, until it reaches the center point, which is here. So now it has a realistic rotation blur. And as it becomes more into the center, let's just say around here, so that's around 8 to 10 frames, you just want to bring the blur length down to around 2. You still want it to be blurry, but not completely sharp, just because it has that realistic look. But it's enough to kind of show the process of the camera kind of focusing in on the crisp. So now when I play it back, we have this. And that's pretty much the whole process. I know there's a little bit extra of the video, but I just wanted to show you the opening and things like that and how I made this happen. The rest is kind of self-explanatory. I didn't really add all else extra into this. It was just more moving about with the clips, duplicating it, messing around, stuff like that. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of made you understand a little bit of different editing techniques that I use to create this advert, and also broadens your idea of how you can completely switch up something in the editing process of things. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and if you like these walkthrough edit tutorials, please let me know because I'll do more of them. They are quite lengthy, but ultimately it's helping you guys be the best versions that you can be. That being said, I'm going to sign off, so I'll see you guys next time.